Lone human on warship adopted one cub cat awoke to entire crew calling her Mom. The warship went silent the instant the cub cried out, because every predator aboard knew that sound meant something fragile had been claimed. The ISS Black Verdict drifted along the dead edge of contested space, armor scarred, guns hot, crew exhausted. 37 species served aboard her, all predators, all veterans, all bound by combat codes older than their stars. And only one human. Lieutenant Mara Vance. Logistics. Search and recovery. The one they sent into places already written off as dead. She found the cub during a hull sweep. A maintenance crawl space, collapsed, frozen, radiation scorched. Inside, wrapped in shredded insulation and shaking with fever, was a small predator cub. Feline, six-eyed, too young to hunt, too stubborn to die quietly. Mara didn't hesitate. She unsealed her suit. Radiation alarms screamed. She tucked the cub against her chest anyway. "Hush," she whispered through cracked lips. "I've got you." The cub bit her glove, weakly. She smiled. Predator species aboard the Black Verdict watched in disbelief as the human rerouted medical power, converted a ration heater into an incubator, and slept on the floor so the cub could rest against her heartbeat. She named it Ash, because it survived where nothing else had. Whispers spread. "The human has taken a cub. That's a binding act." "That's madness." Mara ignored them. She fed Ash combat paste softened with water. Let it claw her sleeve. Let it sleep tangled in her hair while she filed reports one-handed. She didn't notice when crew members began bringing extra blankets. Didn't question why weapons techs reinforced the bulkhead outside her quarters. Didn't realize the warship had quietly adjusted patrol routes to pass closer to her deck. Then the ambush came. Void mines detonated like screaming suns. Hull plates peeled away. Boarding alarms howled. Enemy shock troops, spined, plated, ruthless, cut through corridors with practiced violence. Predator crew responded instantly. But when one blast breached Deck 7, it was Mara's deck. Ash shrieked, not in fear, in rage. Mara stood in the smoke, cub tucked inside her jacket, pulse rifle braced against her shoulder. Her eyes were steady, her stance perfect. The first enemy rounded the corner. She dropped it with 2 shots. The second hesitated. That was its last mistake. What the boarding party didn't understand, what no species ever fully did, was that humans did not fight hardest for territory. They fought hardest for those they claimed. Mara moved like a storm given shape. She used the narrow corridors, ricochets, gravity shifts, explosives ripped from fallen enemies and thrown back with brutal efficiency. Crew feeds lit up with her signal. "Deck 7 secure?" she growled. "Any survivors, fall back to me." They did. All of them. Predator veterans, some twice her size, all deadlier by nature, formed up behind the human without question. Because Ash was crying, and the human had said mine. The last enemy fell in a spray of sparks and blood. Silence returned, broken only by the cub's small, hiccuping breaths. Mara slid down the wall, shaking now that the danger had passed. She checked Ash first. Alive. Warm. Angry. Good. Medical teams arrived. So did command. So did everyone. They stood awkwardly in the ruined corridor. Warriors who had burned worlds, now unsure where to look. Finally, the ship's Alpha, an enormous scarred apex known for killing 3 challengers during his rise, stepped forward. He lowered his head. A sign of submission. "Human," he rumbled. "The cub survives because of you." Mara blinked. Yeah, that was the plan. A low ripple of chuffs, laughter. He continued, voice carrying. "You fed it, protected it, shed blood for it." He paused. "You are its mother." The word echoed. "Mother." Mara opened her mouth to protest. Then the cub yawned, stretched, and tucked its face under her chin. The corridor softened. Predator crew followed the Alpha's lead, one by one. Heads bowed, tails lowered, claws sheathed. "Mom," someone said, testing the word. Then another, and another. Mara laughed weakly. "You're all insane." "Yes," the Alpha agreed, "but you are ours." By morning, repairs were underway. Ash slept peacefully, and a new protocol circulated through the fleet, unsigned, unquestioned. Any threat to the human caretaker is a threat to the ship. Any threat to the cub is extinction level. Later, in enemy intelligence briefings, confusion spread. Why had the Black Verdict become so aggressive, so coordinated, so utterly merciless? The answer was simple and terrifying. They hadn't gained a new weapon. They had gained a mother. And humans, when protecting their young, do not stop until nothing dangerous remains alive.